I have only a minute or two, and I do have a problem. I do have to respond to the personal commentary, which is, and I have the greatest respect for the deputies opposite, they know that, in the rural independents particularly. We shared offices across the door from each other, we always got on very well, so I find it strange when such personal invective is used. Maybe I was just thinking, how do I respond? Well, let's talk Dingle. Let's go down to Dingle, because every place matters, every person matters, and I absolutely respect the mandate of every voter who voted for you, just as I'm sure you do the same, the ones who voted for me. Dingle is a place that's really interesting, and it's showing real opportunity, because it was the first place we put in a new rural public transport, the ones that Deputy Collins rightly recognised that are now running from Castletownbere and all points in between across the country. But Dingle's where it started. And we put the new bus service in, the hope of service prior to that, we put in a regular service. There's been a 20-fold increase by young people particularly, and not just tourists, local people. And it's working. And there's also down in Dingle, the farmers are starting to turn things around there, being really smart and clever, and monitoring, measuring what's happening to the environment, and starting to think, and how can we actually be good at this, that'll make us money. And I think they know this is the future. What about the bus? We're going to have to take, we're going to have to learn by doing, and there may be instances where you put a new technology in, and maybe it doesn't work perfectly, then you learn and you reverse and go back.
Perhaps the amendments...
In the meantime, but I just had to respond to some of the personal commentary. But in the meantime, the amendments. The reason, if I can, just 2 points, just 2 points. The issue of carbon tax. This motion tonight, most of the commentary related to the carbon tax, which does go up this evening. It's relatively small compared to the some £500 million in deferred revenue, which we're actually putting through in the resolution. But the reason I come back to the carbon tax with Sinn Féin, because Sinn Féin in their budget figures every year say we won't increase the carbon tax, but we'll just take all the revenue that came in last year. You should admit that your budget numbers, rightly in my mind, are recognising the benefit of carbon tax. Because the benefit from carbon tax, if I can just make a point, and if I can make the point, the benefit from carbon tax is that we can use that to make sure this budget is progressive, which it is. The bottom decile gets a 4.7% increase in income. The top decile gets 1.5%, partly because 30% of the carbon revenue goes to protect against poverty. 55% then goes again towards retrofitting, where more than half of our money is again to protect those on lowest incomes. And the last 15% goes to the farming communities to help in the transition. So this, and the benefit of that is, we know every year that that money is going to come and we can put it to good effect. That's what we're doing with the carbon tax. In the meantime, we are actually making sure we do protect the Irish householders by deferring some of the charges. Thank you.
We're over time. Can we have a little cooperation, please? Thank you.